Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and I'm mowing my lawn. Well, I'm not mowing, my SUNSEEKER is. This robotic lawnmower is my favorite friend and toy for the summer. It automatically mows my lawn, so I don't have to. This is SUNSEEKER Robotic Lawnmower Model L, and it knows what to do, so I don't even have to tell it. It knows when it hits the edge of the lawn, it's just going to swivel, because I put electric fencing all around my lawn to make sure it knows its little playpen where it should be mowing. It goes right to the edge of its perimeter, and then it'll turn around and come back to do the rest of the lawn. So you can just leave your SUNSEEKER in your lawn mowing while you go in the house and do other things better in life than mowing your lawn, which is what I often do. Mowing lawn is a really big task in my life. I have a very huge lawn in my backyard. It's ginormous. It is so expensive to mow my lawns because they're so big. I've got the one in the backyard that you see here, and I also have my lawn in the front yard, which is smaller and contained. And that's the one I've used for this video today to show you the features of the SUNSEEKER. Because my back lawn is so large and it's so expensive to get it cut, often it grows really out of hand. And I get lots of little flowers and weeds and everything else growing here because I just can't keep up on lawn mowing. In the past, I've had to have a gardener on a tractor mow my lawn. Well, that tractor often breaks. There's so much maintenance on the tractor, and of course, hiring the person to mow the lawn. It's very expensive to hire a gardener for lawn care. My backyard lawn is not quite a half an acre, and this Model L of the SUNSEEKER will mow from 1/4 to 1/2 an acre. My front lawn is much smaller, so I wanted to set it up in a contained area for this video. Here it is in fast motion, working hard to cut my front lawn. As we look down on the lawn, there's a perimeter that I installed. And on that perimeter, the lawnmower knows to go up to that and then turn around and keep going around. Just because you might have rocks or some other kind of landscaping, you don't want your lawnmower getting into trouble in some other terrain. You want to keep it just where your lawn is. And for this demonstration, I kept it a little bit within the barriers, which will mean I'm going to have to weed eat around that edge, but that's okay. I'd have to weed eat anyways. And check out the pattern of the SUNSEEKER as it mows this lawn. It knows not to wander off and go into other terrains you don't want it to cut. It stays right on your lawn because you've set it with a perimeter fencing. Now this is a flat lawn, but it also could climb up to a 20-degree incline or angle and seamlessly mow uneven terrain. That's because the wheels are anti-slip. It's made for that. SUNSEEKER has designed this robotic motor with an automatic float cutting technology. Now that raises or lowers the blades when it's hitting the rough patches. On my lawn, you can see I've had gophers. It can accommodate those gopher mounds. Check this out. It's going right around those brown patches. Those are the gopher mounds. It is able to go up and down and around those without me having to flatten those out every time I want to mow my lawn. This part of my lawn, I don't know, maybe it's a 10-degree incline, but you get the picture. It can go up to 20 degrees in the slope and still keep working and cutting. It has 3 razor-sharp blades underneath as it's cutting, and that will cut a width of about 9 inches with every path it takes. And you can see the pattern of the cutting as we watch it cut my lawn. There's an adjustable dial on the top of the SUNSEEKER robotic lawnmower, and with that, you can adjust the height of the lawn it's cutting between 1.6 inches to 3.2 inches. Because different varieties of grass look better cut lower or higher. And depending on how much you water your lawn or how much rain you get, you might want to adjust the level of where it cuts your lawn. Lawns in drought-stricken areas tend to do better with longer blades of grass. And as the SUNSEEKER robotic lawnmower cuts your lawn, the grass clippings are going to fall right back into the grass. And that is great for natural mulching to provide nutrients to the ground. That means over time, you're going to have a greener, healthier yard because you've reused the grass clippings as natural mulch for your lawn. And it also has an ultrasonic technology, and that's going to sense obstacles. Here I am holding a big pot with a plant in it. I'm going to put that right in front of my SUNSEEKER, and look it's going to stop. It's not going to go. It's going to go around that pot. It's not going to bump into the pot. Just in case you might have a big rock in your front yard or in your landscaping. You don't have to worry about that. It's not going to get damaged by running into rocks in your landscaping or other things that you have, trees, tree trunks, kids' toys, or any other object that's big in your yard. I also wanted to show you the bumper. If you hit the bumper, it'll stop and it'll move other ways. So I hit the pot on the side of it just to show you. It's going to find another way around if the bumper gets bumped. It will safely twist and turn and keep mowing after it bumps the bumper on something. SUNSEEKER has thought about safety. Safety is their #1 priority. So if you were to pick it up, it automatically turns off. It also will auto stop if it's flipped, tilted, or senses a collision. Every mower includes its own PIN code for security, and that makes it anti-theft. No one's going to get away and have any fun with your lawnmower. So you can feel comfortable leaving it right in the front yard of your house like I am. It's not going to work unless it has all these other things and the app to go with it. Thieves will get nowhere by stealing the SUNSEEKER robotic lawnmower. In case it were to rain, the mower will return right back to the docking base. And also, if it has a low battery, it'll sense that and return to the base when the low battery is detected. One terrific feature of this SUNSEEKER robotic lawnmower, Model L, is that it's ultra quiet. It's less than 52 decibels. It's the quietest robotic mower on the market. So it's not going to wake the baby if the baby is sleeping in the front room. This SUNSEEKER robotic lawnmower is also washable. You can hose it down with a light spray setting on your hose. You can hose down the top and you can hose off the bottom. It's washable. Let me show you how it arrived and how to set it up for use. My SUNSEEKER arrived right to my door in this big box. I opened the box, and inside, this is how it came packaged. I laid everything out so you could see everything that comes in the box. On the very left is the perimeter wire. Above that, in the brown box, is a power supply. Then there's the cord that connects the power supply, and of course, the SUNSEEKER mower. And below that are the stakes that you drive into the ground that hold the perimeter line. Those are what's in those plastic bags. And on the very bottom is the installation manual. That makes it very easy to do all that. And on the very bottom right of the screen is a little bag, the stakes that you'll go and put right into the base of your SUNSEEKER. And right now in that picture you see the SUNSEEKER is sitting on its base. And here you go on the left-hand side to see the base more clearly next to the SUNSEEKER. Here's the front of the SUNSEEKER. It also is a handle if you need to pick it up for any reason. Here are some close-ups of the front of the SUNSEEKER, and here are the knobs on top. And here are the controls on top. You see the cutting height knob and the emergency stop, and also the plate for the power switch, the start, the home, and the OK button. And on the back of it, you'll find the QR codes for the manual and the app to set up. Now here's underneath the SUNSEEKER. I want you to see the mowing blades. Those are those 3 metal things on the very bottom, and they have the sharp blades right there, so don't touch it, but that's what they look like. And then on the front are their very treaded wheels. Now that's what's going to give you upward incline in case you have hills you need to mow grass on. And here is the side of it, and we can see detail on the wheels with those really heavy treads. It's made of a very durable hard rubber, so it's not going to degrade over time. It's going to last. Here's a shot of the base. In the back you can see where the SUNSEEKER is going to hook up and charge. That's that metal piece at the back of the base. And here's a close-up of how you hook up the terminals. They give you directions right there. The black switch on the left is the black terminal. The red switch on the right is the red terminal. That's important, so you hook it up to the perimeter correctly. Here's a power cord, and here's the perimeter wiring. And on the box itself is a measuring piece. You just punch that out so that during the installation, you'll need this measurement as you're putting your perimeter wire up. There's a bag of extra blades and some bolts. And here are all the stakes in those plastic bags. I took them out of the plastic bags so you can see them close up. That's what you're going to be working with. And here are the stakes that go in the back of the base. Here's the installation manual. And here it is, all laid out on my grass, ready to go, ready to start installing. These are all the parts I'm going to be using for the installation, right here on the grass. And here are the tools you need. A hammer, a wire stripper, measuring tape, and a cardboard paper ruler they give you. You'll just need these few things to set it up. I'm putting my base on level ground near my power source, making sure that the out is towards the house and the in is towards the lawn. And they have a little bush of lawn. And the center part is where you're going to put the line in. So I'm pointing that out. Here I am making sure that the out is 11.8 inches at least from the nearest wall, the nearest hard surface where the mower will be stationed at. That measurement is important because the mower might be turning and it needs 11.8 inches of turn radius to get the places it needs to go and to follow its pattern. So first thing is threading your perimeter wire right through the center groove. It fits perfectly through the groove and it's really easy to thread it to where it needs to go, which is the back of your base. And here I am putting it through there. I'm pulling it out on the other side and now I'm going to hook this up. It's got to go into the red terminal, so I'm going to use my wire strippers and I'm going to strip just a little bit of it off, just like that, because that's got to be making a good connection. So I twist that off. Here we go with the wires. Make sure you do it like this. Press the red lever and insert it in. There, you've just hooked up your red terminal. And now with it connected to the red terminal, I'm just putting it in this grooves, and they have special little plastic holders for it that perfectly make it straight. That was really nice. They've designed it like that. You want a straight connection, all nice, neat, and tidy, and pull it taut. These are the stakes for the perimeter wire, so I'm just pulling them apart. And then I place it in the ground. And what's going to happen is, with a hammer, I'm going to make sure the wire is underneath so it catches right to the ground and holds it firmly in place into your grass. There's the top of it. See how it's really tight against the lawn? That's perfect. And the very first one needs to be really close into the base. So I unrolled the perimeter wire and it went by the border that I want for my mower to go, and I just kept rolling it out. I got my measuring tape because the second stake needs to be at 3 feet. So that's what I'm checking for right here. The first 3 feet need to be fully straight without any curves. Then I used my measuring device to make sure it was 11.8 inches away from my bush. And I put in my next stake once I got that measurement. Pounded it in. This is a very easy process. And I kept going. Make sure to hammer it fully into the ground so there's no wire sticking up. You want it flush against the ground with your grass. All following stakes after this only need to be 31 inches. And if you have unlevel ground, then the measurement changes to 3.1 inches, and they have that clearly marked on your measuring device. Here the bush is done, but the brick is there. So now I'm measuring it differently. This is what you do when you have a different path. It's not a total straight line. This way you'll be able to mow the corner with your SUNSEEKER mower. And there you go. There's a better shot that you can see that corner. And so I continued on and kept installing the stakes. When you're working on a corner, there's a couple of steps to follow, but it was not that hard to figure out. Just remember, you have to stay 11.8 inches around any landscape features. I kept going around my yard and I installed the perimeter fencing, and it was quite easy. It only took me 25 minutes to do that. And then it was time to adjoin the last bit of the perimeter fencing into my SUNSEEKER. And when you get to the end, it's going to go right into your SUNSEEKER. And here I am, stripping that last 1/4 inch of wire that's going to go into my SUNSEEKER and connect it right next to the red input. Now we have the black input. One is the red terminal and the other is the black terminal. It's got to be hooked up correctly, and that was easy to do. The electrical current through that is going to let the mower know where's the inside of your lawn and where's the outside of the lawn. So it just does the interior where you want it to mow. It's not going to veer off. Now here is the cord that comes with the base. This is the cord that will connect the base to your power. It fits in snugly, and they also have this extra piece that's going to twist on to make sure that connection is tight. Plug it in and the lights will go on. The power is connected. And you see the green dot, and that's the Wi-Fi. You want to connect it to your Wi-Fi because the SUNSEEKER is controlled by an app. And once that's working, you'll connect the base with the base stakes. You want to have the base firmly on the ground. And these stakes are different because they're going to fit in that little crosshatch at the bottom of the base. So pound them in. That will make it very snug and secure right where you want your base. And there's 6 of those. So I kept going around and doing that to all 6. And here's an overview shot of what it looks like when your job's complete. Thumbs up! And to install the app, you just scan the QR code in the manual. It'll take you to a web page to download the app, and you choose the correct app for your operating system, whether it's Apple or Android. You click Install, and once you're in the Google or Apple Store, click Install or Get to download the app and wait for the app to download, and then click Open. You allow for notifications and you accept the user agreement, and then you register your password and your email just like any other app, and then you enter a verification code that was sent to your email. Then make sure your Bluetooth is turned on and access is allowed, and add your device by clicking the plus button. Now, scan the QR code on the mower to connect your mower to the app. So the last part is entering the default password by pressing the power button on and pressing OK 4 times, 0000, and that connects the mower to the app. Ta-da! Now, this is also the place where you can set your own password by pressing the Start Up button or the Home Down button for numbers, because you don't want this stolen. And by doing that, nobody's going to be able to steal it. Great feature. Connection successful. We're confirming that. We can already see the battery is at 86%. A lot of good information shows up on the app, and you can schedule it. There's a scheduling page. It's really easy to operate, so you can mow your lawn as much as you want. That's a great feature. You can always have the perfectly cut lawn simply by the schedule. It'll do it without you even being home. That's my favorite feature. And there's a lot of other features, like pausing it in case there's rain. And there's even an edging feature and regular mowing. It's quite amazing. It can do so much with this app. And we know the Wi-Fi is connected because there's a green dot over the Wi-Fi icon. And in this case, it's just going to do the edging because that's the command I pressed. And there you see it going around that bush in that corner. That's why you install it like that, so it knows to get that corner and do the edge. And along the bricks it went after it had cornered that very difficult part that I set up for it to do. I've always had to weed eat the very edges of my yard, and I'll still have to do that with the SUNSEEKER lawnmower. But the most time-consuming part is mowing the lawn, and I don't have to do that anymore. And after it went around another corner at the edge of my garden, you can see that my slope is a little off, and so one of the wheels is lower than the other. Angles up to 20% are just fine. And here I am pressing the controls to have it just do the standard mowing. Off it goes from its docking base and onto the lawn. And now I'm going to launch it. Start mowing. And so my SUNSEEKER got out of its port and began its mowing expedition. And it was really fun watching it mow. It's really mesmerizing when you watch it. It's like my new little pet. I'm just having a blast in my garden this day, watching my SUNSEEKER mowing lawnmower mow my lawn. I had set my mower to a pretty high level of lawn because where I live, I don't like to water that often. I'm in a drought area. I need the lushness of my lawn to protect the soil from drying out too fast. It's mowing and mulching at the same time. And when it was done, it just went home and redocked itself because it knew it was all finished with its task of mowing my lawn that day. It had finished and it was time to dock and recharge. My lawn looked great. It's really amazing knowing that my lawn's going to get mowed without me doing it. How easy and as often as I want. Click the link to get your SUNSEEKER robotic lawnmower. I love mine. It's changed my life. I'm Rebecca Brand. I hope you subscribe to my channel, ring the bell to get notified of my next video, and let's keep making great recipes in life. And today's recipe is a really easy one for getting your lawn mowed. See you next time. I'm gonna go catch up with my new friend. If you like this video, here's some over here on summertime recipes and other yard care ideas.